I don't have that anymore because I had
Oh,
since
that's okay.
closed it.
Yeah, hold on one second.
Sorry.
No problem.
Oh, here it is. I knew it started with P and it popped right up.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see it now that I'm on the login screen?
I can, yes, I can see it. And so have you logged in before? Did you log in here before once?
Yeah, but it's been a while, and I can't
Okay.
remember if my username would have been my email or what.
Okay. See if you can figure it out. If not, we can try and get it.
There we go.
Okay, cool. So, I'm sorry, did you say that you had logged in here once before?
Yes, it's been a while
Okay,
though.
that's great because we really like to get your candid feedback. So, um, just on this initial screen here, can you share any thoughts, about what you're looking at? Is it clear what you're looking at? Anything confusing
It
or
looks similar to kind of a Google Classroom,
okay?
just in that I assume if I add a classroom, I will be able to see all my classrooms listed here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming, and then I could add students to the classroom.
Okay. Okay. Anything else about this screen? Are there any links that you're not sure about or what they would do?
It looks like all my classrooms could be possibly listed over here as well. And then if I wanted to search for something particular in your site, I could go to curriculum and use the search option to find a lesson that I wanted to use maybe.
Okay.
And then I'm assuming I could save those lessons into my collection here
Okay. Yep. Okay.
and reuse them next year possibly if
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Yep. Yeah. That's right. That's great. And Samantha, what grade do you teach?
I teach sixth, but I have taught through 10th grade math.
Okay. And so you teach sixth grade math right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Great. Um, all right. Well, if you wouldn't mind clicking on the curriculum tab there,
hmm
and I don't believe we have a lot of sixth grade math curriculum, but
I thought it was just eighth, isn't it? Eighth is all you have right now?
yeah, that's where most of it is. We're actually
hmm
in the process of adding a lot of content because we have a lot of teachers that are now on the system, and um, but could you go ahead and just go through the process of searching for some relevant content as though there were sixth grade content in here for you?
Sure. I know you'll have linear because it's in eighth grade also. We're starting to do some of that in sixth, and it's also in seventh. I know we were doing, we just finished doing one step equations, so I'll put that in here.
Okay.
I'm not seeing any one step equations.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put it as solve for the variable.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this would be. Should I just open it and see what it is?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think it is?
Solve for variables. Well, that's more to do with exponents, it looks like. And then I'm looking at this, I'm confused as to, I would assume that I could click on this title here and something would pop up, but that's not the case.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that this is the pop-up for the skill,
Yep.
this whole arrow thing.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Concourse standard. Oh, that's just about the Common Core standards.
Yeah. So that's showing where this is indexed in our system. Anything
hmm
here that is either unclear or you think could be improved?
Yeah, it's unclear to me. Like I assumed when I clicked this open that the skill or lesson about solving for a variable with exponents that was listed on the previous page, I assumed that would pop up here. And now
Okay.
that I'm here, I'm not sure what I'm looking at as far as where is that lesson that I just thought I was clicking into.
Right. Right. Okay. Good point. Um, if you were to try to find the actual lesson to check it out, where do you think you might find that?
At first I was thinking I should click on these things, but then when I went over Common Core, this popped up, and that's just more information on the Common Core.
Right, right. Okay.
Um, I could go to assign or rate and review maybe, because then I see the review. Maybe I can see the lesson if I hit review, but it's not really clear.
Okay. Okay. So if you scroll up a bit,
Uh-huh. Oh,
to
preview over here.
yeah, yeah. So
I
that
think it would be helpful if that preview button was moved more here, because when you log in, you're looking here to see what you're clicking on.
sure. Yeah, that
I'm
makes
sure
sense.
though you'd get used to it. If I knew the program, I would know. Oh, the preview's up here, you
Yeah.
know.
Right, right.
But I just
Okay.
don't know.
Okay. Great. Um, all right. Anything else on this page that looks like it could be improved or is confusing to you?
Um, it's a little confusing about this Learn Zillion here. I'm assuming that's where you got the content in the
Yeah,
lesson,
that's right. Yeah,
but
that's yeah.
but I guess I would try to click on that if I didn't know,
Sure.
that that was another link to the lesson.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Um, all right. Would you mind going back one step?
Sure. Just hit the back arrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then if you go back to curriculum,
Okay. Um, oh, and I can go up here and let me search for something else.
yeah, if you can search for something else. Now, if you wanted to find something that was aligned with one of the standards that you were teaching to, how do you think you'd do that?
Select standard.
Okay.
Okay. That's cool. And I like that it lists them because I gotta say I have not memorized EE 6.1 or any of those. You know what I'm saying?
Does that mean anything to you? EE 6.3, does that mean anything to you?
Yes, I see those on the standards that I look at, but I haven't memorized what they are.
Gotcha. Okay. So, any comments on this user interface here?
I like this. I like that. In fact, my students are taking a test on this today.
Okay.
So if I had known that this was in here, I assumed you only had eighth grade content. I might have used this with my
Okay.
kiddos.
Yeah, and there very well may not be no content there. We just have,
Oh, you have them listed though.
yeah, we have them listed.
Okay.
But we can see if anything comes up here.
I like that though. I like how that's set up, and I like that the teacher can read which standard it is.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yeah, it doesn't appear that there's any content. Can you go over to advanced search on the right
Mm-hmm.
and click that? Yeah. Anything? So just sort of talk me through what you're looking at here. Does it make sense what you're looking at?
It seems that I can be doing an advanced search based on the learning activity. I'm seeing the different things you have in here.
Hmm.
The level as far as, oh, I see, at standard. So in other words, I could choose the type of activity, and I could say for my advanced learners, I could pick above standard. Is that what
Hmm.
I'm looking at?
That's right.
And then my kiddos that have some gaps, I could pick below standard. So
Hmm.
they could essentially be working on the same type of activity, but at their level, so it's accessible for them.
Right.
Okay, that's neat. It's kind of like a reading level,
Hmm.
except it's adjusted to math level.
Right. Right.
Would it be the same problem, but written in a way that's easier or more difficult or more critical thinking, or are they different problems?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that, but
Okay.
I can find out for you. Anything else about any of the other things that are shown here that are
Um,
are confusing or don't make
I'm
sense?
wondering what this rating thing is. Is that a rating that I'm supposed to add to, or is that how others have rated it?
Hmm. Yeah, that would be others star rating that others have given it. So you could look for
Okay.
everything that's been highly rated, or that might not be
Hmm.
important to you. Um, okay.
Oh,
Anything?
so you can sort by those things up here. That's cool. So you can sort by most recent, most popular, and the rating.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of like on Amazon. You can only choose to look at things that have gotten a 4 to 5 rating.
That's right. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Anything else here that is confusing or you think could be improved?
No, it looks pretty straightforward.
Okay. Let's see. I want to be mindful of your time. I think we've gone about 10 minutes. So 5 more minutes, okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. If you
Hmm.
go to classrooms on the left,
Hmm.
and let's see, you don't have a classroom set up. Why don't you go ahead and add a new classroom?
Okay. Um, Save.
Yeah.
It's cool that you can add an image.
Yeah.
Can you change the code too?
That I don't think you can change.
Okay, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then you save that.
It won't let me save. It has a circle with a line through it.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, I think that's for some reason this has not been set up with students in it for you.
Okay.
But I'll find out why. I thought that each of these test accounts was set up with some students in it. Um, uh, okay. And if you can go on the left hand side to my collection,
Uh-huh.
and let me just talk me through what you're looking at here, what you think these things mean.
I see favorites, which I assume are the lessons I've saved that I've liked or used and worked well.
Okay.
I'm not sure what my assets are.
Okay.
Um, I'm not sure what that is for. And then add folder, I'm assuming I can make other ones that make sense for me.
Okay. And what would new assignment be?
Um, Something that I could pick and choose from the curriculum, possibly, and create an assignment from what is in the collection for my students.
Okay. Okay. Great. Well,
Is
this is.
that right?
I honestly don't know the answer to that, but
Okay.
sounds good to me. This
Okay.
this is very good feedback. Unfortunately, we don't have I can't see any students in your classroom, so it. Let me just ask you some free-form questions. Um,
Uh-huh.
what originally prompted you to? How did you learn about core learning exchange?
I was in grad school the last couple years, and one of my professors, Jacqueline Cahill,
Okay.
referred me um, to the producer of this. I'm not sure what to call him. Is
Okay.
it Jeffrey?
Yep.
She referred me to him because he was looking for teachers to kind of give feedback and to help a little bit.
Gotcha. Okay. Did I hear your students coming back in?
Yeah, some of them are
Okay.
coming back in.
Okay. So but we.
It's their lunch, but some of them I have kind of a lunch bunch that comes in to get help, but they can wait a second.
Okay, I'll wrap it up. But is there what would cause you to use this? Assuming that there was lots of lesson content in here for your kids, um,
Hmm.
is there any? What would cause you to use it every day with your students?
If it were like the park, which is what we're charged with now. So if it
Okay.
had various types of activities that were similar, like I would like to see a section on test taking strategies,
Okay.
like drag and drop or multiple um, answer choice or short answer or multiple concepts in one question. So that's the big thing is kids can add, subtract, multiply, and divide. But if they have a question that requires more than one of those operations in one question, those are difficult, and there aren't a lot of practice problems out there for that.
Okay. Okay. That's great feedback. Anything else that just from a overall application standpoint, that would make it something you'd want to be using day in and day out?
Um, the reports, how accessible the reports are for me on how students were performing,
Okay.
and how easy to read those reports are. I know I use iExcel. I used to use Khan Academy more, but to be honest, their reports are not that user friendly, and there
Okay.
are way too many of them. You have to click on each student individually to see feedback instead of clicking on the whole class for
Okay.
feedback.
Okay. Okay. Terrific. Well, I want to thank you very much for your time and your patience in getting started here. Would it be all
Sorry
right?
that we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, no, not a problem. Would it be okay if we will get you your gift certificate to Starbucks to show our appreciation? But would it be all right if we followed up with you in a few weeks?
Sure.
Okay, as we add more content, it just would be great to get your feedback because this is really good, real helpful feedback for us.
Definitely. And I do like that up here at the top right, you have a log out. I remember it used to be just like an arrow, which was confusing.
Okay,
So I like that it was changed to log out.
terrific. All right, well, thank you very much, Samantha, and
Sure.
we'll be in touch with you soon.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks. Bye bye.